Welcome to War Bios, the podcast that delves into the most pivotal conflicts in history, where strategy, leadership, and human resilience intersect. I'm your host, General Biography, and today we're going to explore one of the most iconic battles of World War II, the Battle of Iwo Jima. Located approximately 650 miles south of mainland Japan, the island of Iwo Jima is a small, volcanic outcropping in the Pacific Ocean. The name Iwo Jima translates to Sulphur Island in Japanese due to its unique geography and the presence of sulfur deposits. For centuries, the island remained uninhabited, save for occasional visits from Japanese fishermen and traders. The earliest recorded history of Iwo Jima dates back to 1889, when the Japanese government officially annexed the island. In the years leading up to World War II, Japan began to fortify the island, recognizing its strategic importance as a potential airbase and defensive outpost. By the early 1940s, Iwo Jima had become a crucial component of Japan's Pacific defense network. In June 1944, General Tadamichi Kuribayashi, a seasoned Japanese military officer, was appointed to lead the defense of Iwo Jima. Kuribayashi, a veteran of the Chinese campaigns and a skilled tactician, set about transforming the island into a fortress. He oversaw the construction of an elaborate network of tunnels, bunkers, and pillboxes, utilizing the island's natural defenses to maximum effect. As the Allies began their push towards Japan in 1944, Iwo Jima emerged as a key objective. The U.S. military recognized that capturing the island would provide a vital airbase for launching bombing raids against mainland Japan, as well as serve as a staging ground for future operations. In November 1944, the U.S. Joint Chiefs of Staff authorized the invasion of Iwo Jima, codenamed Operation Detachment. The planning phase for Operation Detachment began in earnest, with military leaders poring over maps and intelligence reports to determine the best course of action. The U.S. Marine Corps, seasoned from battles in Guadalcanal, Tarawa, and Saipan, was tasked with leading the invasion. As the clock ticked down to the invasion, tensions mounted on both sides. The Japanese were digging in, preparing for a fierce defense, while the Americans were mobilizing their forces, readying themselves for the battle ahead. The strategic importance of Iwo Jima was not lost on the Allies. The island's capture would provide a crucial stepping stone for future operations against Japan, and its airbase would enable the U.S. to launch bombing raids against mainland Japan with greater ease. As the invasion drew near, the stage was set for one of the bloodiest battles of World War II. The initial assault was led by the 4th and 5th Marine Divisions, who faced an uphill battle against an enemy that had spent months preparing for this moment. The Japanese forces, under the command of General Tadamichi Kuribayashi, had constructed a labyrinthine network of tunnels, bunkers, and pillboxes, utilizing the island's natural defenses to maximum effect. As the Marines pushed forward, they encountered forced resistance at every turn, with the Japanese employing tactics such as sniper fire, booby traps, and banzai charges. One of the most iconic moments of the battle occurred on February 23, 1945, when a group of Marines reached the summit of Mount Suribachi, the island's highest point. As they planted the American flag, a moment captured by Associated Press photographer Joe Rosenthal, it became an instant symbol of hope and determination for the Allied forces. The photograph, which showed 5 Marines, Rene Gagnon, John Bradley, Michael Strank, Ira Hayes, and Harold Keller, raising the flag against a backdrop of chaos and destruction, would go on to become one of the most enduring images of World War II. The battle raged on for another month, with both sides suffering heavy casualties. The U.S. military employed innovative tactics, such as flamethrower tanks and aerial bombardments, to try and break through the Japanese defenses. Meanwhile, the Japanese continued to fight tenaciously, often to the last man, in a desperate bid to hold on to the island. As the battle drew to a close, the U.S. military had suffered over 26,000 casualties, including nearly 7,000 dead. The Japanese, on the other hand, had lost an estimated 22,000 men, with only 216 taken prisoner. The capture of Iwo Jima marked a crucial turning point in the Pacific theater, providing the Allies with a vital airbase for launching bombing raids against mainland Japan and serving as a staging ground for future operations. As we reflect on the bravery and sacrifice that defined this pivotal moment in World War II, we are reminded of the words of Admiral Chester Nimitz, who noted that among the Americans who served on Iwo Jima, uncommon valor was a common virtue. The Battle of Iwo Jima stands as a testament to the unyielding pursuit of victory against overwhelming odds, and its legacy continues to inspire generations of military leaders and historians alike. The impact of Iwo Jima's capture was immediate and significant. The island's airfields, which had been heavily fortified by the Japanese, were quickly repaired and expanded by the U.S. military, allowing for increased bombing raids against Japanese cities and industrial centers. The most notable example of this was the deployment of B-29 bombers from Iwo Jima's airfields, which conducted a series of devastating firebombing raids on Tokyo and other major Japanese cities. The psychological impact of Iwo Jima's capture should not be underestimated either. The battle had been one of the bloodiest in the Pacific theater, with both sides suffering heavy casualties. But the ultimate victory of the U.S. military had demonstrated that even the most heavily fortified Japanese strongholds could be breached. This realization contributed to a growing sense of unease among the Japanese population and leadership as they began to confront the reality of their increasingly desperate situation. In the years following the war, Iwo Jima became an important symbol of American sacrifice and bravery. The iconic photograph of the flag raising on Mount Suribachi, taken by Joe Rosenthal, was etched into the national consciousness, and the battle itself was commemorated in numerous films, books, and memorials. The U.S. Marine Corps, in particular, has continued to honor the memory of those who fought and died on Iwo Jima, with the battle remaining an integral part of the Corps' history and tradition. Today, Iwo Jima is a remote and largely uninhabited island, but its legacy continues to be felt. The island's airfields have been abandoned, and the once fortified tunnels and bunkers now lie empty and still. However, the memories of those who fought and died on this tiny speck of land in the Pacific remain vivid, a testament to the enduring power of courage, sacrifice, and determination. The battle may be over, but its impact on history will never be forgotten. That's all for today's War Bios. Remember to like, share, and subscribe, and until next time, I'm General Biography reminding you to keep marching toward victory.